With all the movies we're watching, have you thought about next year's summer blockbuster? Well, there may not be one. Dun dun dun. Like seriously, COVID-19 and the entertainment industry.
If you guys would just spread out the tarp between a couple of trees, put the casket under there, if that's home sweet home to him, it's fine with me.
Hey, you got any scraps in there?
Yeah, here. Take what you want, but put the bags in the dumpster when you're done.
We're here to celebrate the life of Jonathan J. Williams.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening.
I don't know anything about you.
No, it's me, Jamie. I'm JJ's daughter.
Excuse me, you're who?
Is there anything I can get for you?
Yeah, a shotgun.
Are you in the right place?
We're good.
So much for rest in peace.
That's him, the guy in the casket.
I know I should have never scheduled both services to start at the same time. What's it gonna take to get rid of you?
Bridging. Generation gaps, socioeconomic gaps, gender gaps, cultural gaps. Bridging gaps that cause confusion, division, and chaos in today's society. And now, let's join our moderator, host, and guest for another provocative episode of Bridging.
Today on Bridging, I have with me Denise Nall. She is a writer, director, producer, and actor. I wanted to see how COVID-19 is affecting her craft. You've done films, you've done writing, and I just wanted to know first, how are you handling not being able to do what you're most passionate about? How are you handling that right now?
It has been a challenge, not just for me, but for everybody in the industry, obviously, because if you don't stay current with your skills, you tend to lose some of your ability. And I feel like I have definitely lost some of my skill sets. And that's very disappointing. But I know that it's hopefully like riding a bike. Once we get going again, then it'll come right back.
So I'm interested, what skill sets do you think you've lost with being at home right now?
Well, just the ability communicating and acting without getting caught acting. And so I haven't been attending the acting classes either because I'm still a little bit afraid of catching the virus. Absolutely. I have a health condition that I just don't want to take a chance. Right. So it's been it definitely has been quite the challenge.
Okay, so the viewers may not know much about you, so I want you to tell me who you are. We know that you're Denise and you're in the business, but tell us some of the things that you've done in the entertainment world.
Okay, I got started in the entertainment industry about 8 years ago. I wish I had started it many, many, many years earlier, but I didn't. So I'm making the best of what I have. I have started as an actress and then moved into writing, producing, and directing some of my own films. And then I've also been behind the scene with other people and their films. And I have really learned a lot over the past couple of years by helping other people produce their own films. I worked on wardrobe, props, set design, craft services, you name it, and I've done it.
All right. Okay. So
except for the technical, I don't do sound, camera, and electrical. That's not my cup of tea.
It's not my cup of tea either. And here I am at home doing sound and camera and lighting, all because of COVID, right? So before COVID-19, we were in the studio, and Clarence Brown Jr., who's going to join us later, hopefully. If not, then I'll get him on another show. He was the one who was in the studio doing all of this stuff that I have to do at home now. So I totally understand being uncomfortable in some areas and still trying to keep it going. So let me ask you this. What is the most important factor in producing a successful short film? Because you've done short films before, right?
Right, I have. Of course, you have to be organized, but the most important thing is story, story, story. There's three things, and it's not all just story, but you've got to get the people to relate to what they're seeing on the screen. But then there's also, in order to get them there to see that you've developed, you have to have a good working title, and hopefully something that tells just about the story to make them think, I want to see that. And then a good trailer, because a trailer will give them just a few little snippets, and you pick out, of course, your best, a few seconds of your best scenes with your best actors and good lighting and everything. Hopefully you'll have that all the way through. But the most important things, you've got to get to theater, but now streaming, to see your product and to have a good storyline. Even if you do everything else right and don't have a good storyline, it's not going to work.
Okay, so what is that? One of your shorts behind you, One Man's Bed?
It is, yes.
I think we have a clip of that. I think we have a clip of, actually, I think we have a trailer for that short. So we're going to show that trailer right now.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay, so tell me about producing. Were you the producer or the writer on One Man's Bed?
Yes. I wrote, produced, directed, and acted in. And a few other things, wardrobe, the whole thing.
Wow, so this was your baby.
Too many hats.
So,
I really did.
So this was your baby. You wrote it, you produced it, you helped direct it, you did the wardrobe, and you were acting in it.
Yes, yes.
Wow. So did you do the casting as well?
Yes, I was involved with the casting. Okay. And Dr. Roger Bethel helped me with that, along with my crew team.
What is the importance of casting? Like, I've seen some movies and I'm like, I know I could have done better than that, but
Me too.
So what is the importance of casting, and how do you choose the right person? Okay, this is going to be a loaded question. So think of all the things I'm asking right now. So how do you choose the right person? Because is it true that when the person walks through the door, sometimes you can see, like, that's him, that's her? That's what I've heard. Is that true?
Yes and no. If you have an image in your head of what you would like for that character to look like,
okay.
And so when somebody walks through the door, you think, that could work. But then of course there's everything else. What's their experience? What's their personality like? How are they going to be like to work on the set? So the audition process is critical. The people that pick their friends and put them in there because that's my best friend and they want that role, so I'm going to do it. It's the best friend. Maybe they already know what their levels are, but if it's a best friend that has no experience, never worked on it before, you're making a huge mistake, in my opinion. Yeah. Because casting is everything. Matter of fact, on One Man's Bed, our lead character, his name is Bill Melton, and he is the homeless man. And it's just, I almost didn't cast him because he had a medical condition at that time. And I wasn't sure he was going to be able to play that role because there were some physical type things going on in there. And he assured me he would be able to do it. And we picked him, and it was one of the best decisions that I made. He was fantastic.
So sometimes it turns out a little bit differently.
It can, yes. Yeah. Yes, because if you get somebody on the set, I mean, it's one thing to like attention and so on and so forth, but if you get what we call the diva on set, oh my goodness, and it could be man or female, woman, it doesn't matter. But if they require your attention all the time, I'm sorry, but as the producer, as the director, once you're on, your mind has to go to a totally different place. Okay. You're not thinking about I fix this person's hair, and stuff like that. So you just have to have good assistant directors and so on and so forth, PAs and all that, so that you can be focused on, okay, all I one thing, and this is how I want it on this film when it's edited, And if everybody else comes in and starts asking questions and distracts, you can't get as good a quality of film.
You know, so I've never been in a film. I'd love to, I'd love to audition for one of your shorts.
That'd be great.
But but even with the talk show, like this was my first time doing a talk show in a studio with a crew. Like it takes so many people for one person to do something. Like there was like 15 people in that room. But I do understand what you're talking about as far as, you know, when they say we're rolling, there's no, oh, wait a minute, I need to get this, I need to get my cup, no. And if your nose itches, you just keep going. If you have a eyelash in your eye, you just blink and keep it moving. You don't have time to stop. People think that being an actor or an actress is so easy. But I heard you say earlier about caught acting. What does that mean in the entertainment business, being caught acting? What is that?
Sometimes if you're going over the top, then which theater, I know you've probably done some theater.
Yeah.
So theater acting is totally different from film acting. Theater, you've got to be heard by the person on the last row.
Right.
And they have to see your movements. In film, smaller is better because a slight movement or a roll of the eyes or something like that. Think about it, especially if they're doing a close-up
right
shot of you, that camera's right in your face.
Right.
And if you roll your eyes, you know, just crazy or something like that, yeah, it's going to be so huge. It covers the whole screen. So you just have to be real careful about the overacting and so on and so forth.
Okay.
You have to be genuine. You just have to be real. Be a real person.
Okay, so I'm going to give you some lines. I know this was not even what you thought you were going to be talking about today, but this is just so exciting because everyone wants to be an actress, right? Everyone wants to be an actor. Okay, so here's the line. You're sitting at a bar and you're going to ask the bartender for some more ice. But I want you to do it being caught acting. Like, can I have some more ice, please? Do it like over the top, what that looks like.
Hey, can I have some more ice, please?
Yeah, we would say cut. That's too much.
Yes.
Like, okay, now do it as if you were filming and not on a stage. Okay. Roll them.
Excuse me, can I have some more ice, please?
Wow, see, that is a huge difference. That is a huge difference. Have you thought about holding some of your own acting Zooms to help people? Like when the doors open up, like we've been in mirrors and we've been doing TikToks and we've been doing, you know, YouTubes because everyone is a star right now. All we have is a camera in front of us. So when the doors open, we might want to hit the stage. Have you thought about doing some of those yourself?
Not at this point in time. It's always a possibility, but like I said, I'm wearing so many hats right now. I don't know that I can take on anything else.
Well, I was trying to get my foot in the door. I was trying to get my foot in the door for some acting classes. Okay, so I have another question. Tell me about
we'll talk about that.
Okay. Tell me about the cost that's associated with making a short independent film.
Okay, it could be elaborately expensive, or you can do some independent things on a budget. It's very difficult. It takes obviously a lot of planning. If you're going to do something that's low budget, you have to really keep your number of actors in check. You have maybe like 2, 3, 4 actors at the most to keep your costs down. Same thing with your crew. If you can get volunteers and they can do a great job, that's fantastic.
Okay.
Let's see what all else is involved. Food, the more people you have, the more people you have to feed. And just, there are tons of things involved with the budget side of things. And if they've seen this One Man's Bed and 2 or 3 other films that I've done, I don't know how to keep it small. I go way over on that too. But I tend to think more in feature films, but all this feature film stuff into a short. It's a little bit of a, but you have to the same things for a short independent film that you would if you were making a feature film. It's almost as many
Wow.
steps, even though the budget's on a smaller scale, but as far as the actual activity and everything, it's there. It's very difficult.
How does producing a short film compare to producing a feature film?
Well, let me see. It's very to get low. Of course, I've actually done a feature film, so but I've talked to a lot of people that have. I've been involved acting on feature films, but it's just a great deal of organizing, getting your locations lined up, hoping all your cast and crew show up when they're supposed to.
Wow.
And you'd be amazed how often that doesn't happen. And all of the equipment has to be in order. And if you've got a really good crew, I mean, it's going to move 1, 2, 3. It's going to move like clockwork. And I love it when that happens. I've been on set both, even a professional level set feature film that really did not run very smoothly. And I was very shocked at that, but you just never know.
You never know.
Sometimes things go wrong, no matter how much planning and organizing you do in advance. You're still on a movie, it's going to be something that is a bit of a faux pas. So it's all about getting it back on track very quickly.
Because money is time is money. Literally,
Yes,
time is money when you're doing these films like this.
That is so true. Yes.
So do the actors and actresses on the short film get paid by the hour, by the day? How does that work?
It's different with each producer and with each production. Sometimes it's by the day. Sometimes, and especially in Memphis, this is all a non-working town. So a lot of actors don't get paid at all. So it's a matter of love. It is absolutely, you have to love it. You're doing it because you want the experience or because you want the footage on your demo reel, and or you're doing it to help out another filmmaker friend of yours or whatever. But it's quite interesting.
Okay, so if you could give some advice to someone, see, now it's so different because you can't just go out and do it. You know, we're in the house. Is there any way to do a film at home?
Yes, it can. If you've got like I said, you still have to bring in your crew and everything, I would think, because I don't know how to film. I don't know how to run a camera. I don't know how to set up the microphones and the lighting. So I would still need to bring in a crew if I were doing it myself. But it can be done. I mean, you just write something that just needs the one location, even though it may be different rooms in the house, or it could be outside the house. And technically just having the one location reduces your costs and the time, because even though the crew is having to move the equipment around, they're moving it a short distance versus all over town.
We should do like a Facebook challenge to do a whole movie on your iPhone. Now that would be skill. That would be skill. You could produce a whole movie on your iPhone.
It has been done. It has been done.
What? Oh, wow.
Yes. Some award-winning films that went to I think it was the Cannes Film Festival. I'm not sure. But anyway, yes, it has been done. But now, keep in mind, it's not just a regular iPhone. They buy a lot of high-dollar equipment to go with that.
To go with the iPhone, yeah. Okay, so before we go, I want to talk about the things that you have produced and you've written. You've mentioned One Man Bed. What are some other films or shorts that you've done?
I also wrote and directed and produced Ruling the Golden Years. And that's the other poster over here behind me. And that one was about an elderly lady that got a little bit of dementia and thought she was a queen. So her family put her in a nursing home. Oh. And so that one was supposed to be a light comedy. It was I didn't start out being the director on that one, but I ended up having to take over on that one.
Okay.
Me and one of the other actors. So let me see what else have I been involved with. Produced a film called Let's Go, which was for a 48-hour film festival. We don't have that here in Memphis anymore, but the 48-hour film festival can make or break friendships. Let me tell you, you've got 48 hours to write and film and edit and put the music to the entire film, and it has to be between 5 and 15 minutes, I believe. I'm not sure if it's 15 minutes or not, but it is fast paced. And there again, if you run across a diva on the set, and I did on not that one, but one other 48-hour film called what was the name of that one? Mistaken Identity. And I had to fire somebody on the set, and it was quite interesting.
Wow.
But we got through, and it was a cute little film.
What is your favorite thing to do with all the hats that you wear? You wear the writer, the producer, the director, the costume. Do you do the makeup too?
I have done makeup, but it was that one was pretty easy because I only had men to do in that one. That was for a film that was in Alabama, and all I had to do was men. And of course, they don't take quite as much makeup. Just get rid of the shine, basically.
Okay, so with all the hats that you wear, what is your favorite hat?
I still have to say acting. I love acting. That's I enjoy every bit of it, obviously, or I wouldn't have jumped in all of this. But acting is my true love.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you so much for being with me today. Is there anything that you wanted to say before we leave?
Anybody that thinks that they want to try this, do it. Absolutely. Don't be afraid, because there's no, yes, there's a wrong way of doing things, but you can always take something that's a mistake and something absolutely fabulous. And matter of fact, that's what happens with a lot of things. Improv or whatever, they could end up being the biggest line in the whole film.
Yeah.
But if you think you may want to try something like this, go for it. I didn't get started till late in life, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And a lot of my friends are jealous that I have found something that I enjoy so much. But never fear. Do it. Just do it.
So I know I said we're going to go, but we're going to go for real this time. What is your favorite line of a movie? Like, I always quote, or favorite line or quote or piece of a movie. I always do The Color Purple, like everyone else does. All my life I had to fight my daddy. Like, I can do that whole thing and really, really feel it. What's your favorite thing? What's your favorite quote?
Oh my goodness, you've caught me off guard. The first thing that pops in my mind is Clint Eastwood's "Go ahead, make my day."
Hey, you got any scraps in there?
Oh my God, you scared me. Yeah, here. Take what you want, but put the bags in the dumpster when you're done.
Bingo. Yes, sir.
Caskets offer more padding, which would allow your loved one to rest in a position of comfort.
That sounds great. Mom finally gets to sleep on a comfortable mattress.
Dad was always too cheap to buy Mom a new mattress.
It's too bad she had to die to finally get what she wanted. No broken coils in her back.
Excuse me for interrupting. I'm just getting supplies for today's services.
Man, I came in out of the cold last night, but it's about as cold in here as it is out there. Good thing your customers can't feel anything.
I'll take the used one at the reduced price. Y'all got a layaway?
To talk to Amanda.
Hey, buddy, where's the bathroom? I gotta pee. Never mind.
Oh, poor Wendy. She looks rough. Hey. Oh, Wendy, I'm so sorry for your loss. I mean, you look wonderful.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for coming.
Oh, Jennifer, I'm so sorry for your loss. And once things settle, maybe we could, like, get out of here.
No, but thank you.
I'm sorry. Oh, John, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Move along, buddy.
Oh, sorry.
I am so sorry for your loss. I work with Jay, you know.
Oh, thank you for coming. He so enjoyed his work family. Most of them, anyway.
You must be Jennifer. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you for your kind words.
And
Are you sorry for my loss?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. Hi, I'm Jamie. JJ talked about you all the time.
Oh, well, it's nice to meet you. Did you work with Jay?
No, it's me, Jamie. I'm JJ's daughter.
Excuse me, you're who?
I'm Jamie. I'm JJ's daughter. Don't you know? He told you about me.
That's the angry version of it.
All right. Thank you, Denise, for being here with us today. I had so much fun. I could sit and talk to you for hours. Thank you for tuning in today with me. I'm your talk show host, Dr. Mel. Until next time on Bridging, where we have real conversations with real people and exploring real solutions.